let me ask a question to our Deus Ex Machina. ChatGPT answers a question, which is why the society fears LGBT plus people so much. I'll go part by part and I will ask questions to you, Bogdan, for each part. Protests against the LGBT plus community can stem for a variety of reasons, and it is important to note that these reasons do not reflect the views or opinions of everyone in society. Some common motivations behind such protests include, first, religious beliefs. In certain religious or conservative societies, some individuals or religious groups interpret their scriptures or teachings as condemning same-sex relationships or non-binary gender identities. They may perceive LGBT plus rights and visibility as contradicting their religious values, leading to opposition or protest. Religion and LGBT. Anything to comment on the matter?
I mean, like, depends which religion.
Pick one.
You know, in America, I'm very like glad. Like in America, for example, many of Ukrainian churches actually include LGBTQ community and they LGBT friendly. Unfortunately, it's not the case in Ukraine, and I don't know any religion institution in Ukraine who will be like friendly to LGBT community. But I think Ukraine, Ukraine Christian Church, new one, they was like doing like some step forward, and they at least wasn't like against LGBT. I remember that during the Kyiv Pride a few years ago, they made a like kind of friendly statement. They was opposing to threat LGBTQ community during the Pride in Kyiv. And it was very different from like Russian church, you know, doing when they like actually asking attack LGBTQ community. But still, nobody like in Ukraine. Like very often, church is very conservative and seeing LGBTQ community as a sin. As an atheist, I would say I don't care. Like, yeah, people. I don't want to like
atheist. I would have asked you a question. I mean, why are they so stubborn? And is this lack of let me readdress my question to clear the fog. The lack of understanding in religious communities, where is it getting from? And why is it not is it changing so slow?
No, it's for that answer very simple actually. So church, if you want to bring more people to the church, you need like a negative narrative. You need fight with somebody. So you need people feel threat. You need to say, oh, like something happened, somebody taking our traditional family values from us. We need fight. So if you will say, we'll have narrative, oh, come to the church, we need to love everybody, it's much less people will come. So if you want to mobilize more people, if you want to people be mobilized and like, you know, to keep attention, you need actually threat people. So you need to say, oh, something going on, we under attacked, we need like protect our church. So it's a simple answer. So unfortunately, love message doesn't work with church because they need keep people in a fair. So fair much more mobilizer than love, unfortunately.
Building an army of God is way more easy, goes for us human, than building an army of lovers, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You know how it works.
Yeah. Just make another part of GPT answer. Fear of discomfort. Fear or discomfort. People who are unfamiliar with or uncomfortable around individuals with different sexual orientations or gender identities may react with fear or hostility. This fear can be driven by deeply ingrained biases or a lack of exposure to diverse perspectives, leading to protests against LGBTQ people, community as a whole. Well, my question to you is, why hostility if you don't understand something about LGBTQ people? Why don't you go and ask? Why don't you open your mouth and ask a question? But they, for some reason, choose the easy way of hostility. They don't like that when others are hostile to them, but they choose hostility. Like ChatGPT says they can do it.
You do. It's about education. And unfortunately, problem is now, if you will see general, what automatization and all of these computer things bring, as you know, a lot of pluses for society, but a big minus is what I think, personal opinion, it's a declining of education. And now people, you know, don't read the books, they just Google everything. So,
you told me to Google
nobody.
You told me to Google it.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing. But, you know, in general, for the general, we've seen it in America. We've seen it in you know, in other countries as well. And it's not only with the LGBTQ community. If you will see, it's with a lot of other topics. Like a lot of people was against vaccination, or even we all was vaccinated, you know. But it's a lot of topics. Some people believe Earth is flat. You know, all of this QAnon and you know, conspiracy theories very popular right now. It's all about education, and unfortunately, people choose some simple, false, what they wanted to believe for some reason. And I think some people have every people have different motivation with it, but people lazy to like go into deep in some topic. They lazy to like Google it, educate themselves, actually read scientists, read like smart people. They like choose like watching some YouTube blogger, you know, some pro-Russian troll, and like follows that instead of like going to and follow like real journalists or like real scientists.
Maybe, Bogdan, people just don't like to be kind to other people. They just pick up a tool of discrimination from the large palette of evil things.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Bogdan, for your time. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.